Hey viewers and viewresses, my name is General Red Strategist and welcome back to Danganronpa Trigger Happy Havoc. This is episode 13. So, do you remember in the last episode we had the whole investigation into Chihiro's death? We've got plenty of truth bullets, we're about to embark off to the next trial of the game. I have a feeling this could be a very big episode, could go on for a while, but basically, you know, we've accumulated a fair bit of evidence here, so, I mean, my general conclusion so far is that there are two possibilities. I mean, there's this whole thing with Genocide Jack, who I suspect is Toko, because I suspect Toko is, at least the game I feel is leading me to believe that Toko might have a split personality. So, you know, stuttery Miss Tsundere writer girl might actually also be a serial killer. That's kind of what it's leading me to believe. And some of the evidence would seemingly suggest that she could therefore be the killer of Chihiro, but I don't know if it's really significant, but there are little details that don't seem to add up. So I'm starting to wonder maybe if actually it's a copycat killer, and I'm wondering if the copycat is Byakuya, because Byakuya seems quite insistent on it being Genocide Jack, plus, I don't know, there's the whole thing obviously with the lamp extension cord, which has been used to string up Chihiro's body. And yeah, I'm guessing it's identical to the extension cord that was in the library, which Byakuya was using. So I feel like the game might potentially be leading me in that kind of direction. Without further ado, let's just throw ourselves in. And let's just see what the deal is with this trial. Okay. So, is everyone ready to what? Am I blind or are we missing someone?
Yo.
Ah, okay. Yeah, Toko's not here. And Toko is... You really don't remember?
Come on!
Kidding? I'm just kidding! How could I forget that little nut job? She's a crucial part of the class trial this time.
What are you gonna do?
Okie dokie, I'll go ahead and drag her out here, kicking and screaming. Just one moment, please. Oh dear. And just like he said, a few minutes later, he reappeared, dragging Toko behind him. Jeez. I just told him I didn't want to, but he forced me. I can't believe you to drag a girl around. Terrible. You're terrible.
Phew.
So now everyone's here, right? Okay then, hustle onto the elevator and let's get this show on the road. I'll see you guys down there.
Let's go.
So, shall we get going? It's time to find out who killed Chihiro. I feel like you are really up to something here, matey. Chihiro Fujisaki. She was so gentle, so calm and meek. Nobody had any problems with it. Yeah, this is actually something else that... It's a possibility that I raised in the last episode. It's a tentative possibility, I must say. I mean, I was kind of a bit sort of reluctant to voice it out loud in case it sounded like something crazy, but the thing is, her body was found in the girls' locker room, but several items had been switched between the girls' and boys' locker rooms, which is making me think, actually, she might well have been killed in the boys' locker room. And that raises a lot of questions about who Chihiro actually is. And I'm starting to... I don't know, I have this weird feeling that there may be something about her identity that we've not found out, let's just say. In other words, I'm suggesting she might be a boy, but whatever. Someone made the choice to kill a girl like that. And that murderer is one of us. Someone standing right here. I'm guessing if I talk to all you guys, I'm probably just going to get random stuff, so never mind. Alright, let's go down, let's go down to the trial room. We have no choice, right? We have to do this.
It's true.
Yes. Give a small nod and reply. With one last deep breath, I walk toward the elevator on shaky legs. With each step forward, I can feel my heart starting to race faster and faster. As soon as everyone was on, the elevator began to descend. Couldn't get a handle on my emotions, couldn't stop speculating. Now, based on how long the last trial was, the first one, I wonder how long this one's going to be. The steel box sank with heavy clunking sounds deeper and deeper into the ground. As we went deeper, the uneasiness in my heart grew bigger and bigger. The elevator was unaffected, however, and continued to descend without hesitation. Until finally... here we are. It came to a sudden stop. We have to try and remember the mechanics of this. What do you think? I redecorated. Isn't it so fresh? Isn't it so exciting? Don't waste our time with stupid questions. Let's get this over with.
Very nice.
Good, good. You're rip-raring to go. Gotta say, I don't hate it. Not at all.
Well,
Okay then, let's get the show on the road.
thrills, chills, kills!
Everyone, please find your assigned seats. So he's redecorated the whole trial room, has he? And so the curtain opened once again. A deadly judgment, a deadly deception, a deadly betrayal, a deadly riddle, a deadly defence, a deadly faith, a deadly class trial. Very dramatic. I think you said the same thing last time round, didn't you? Something like that. Do you want to save data? Yes, definitely. We'll save it there on slot 7. That's good. Okay. Pre-trial preparations. Let's just go over our truth bullets once more. So, Monokuma file, Chihiro Fujisaki is the victim. She died, or at least it's estimated she died around 2 o'clock in the morning. Body discovered in the girls' locker room, 2nd floor of the school. She was killed by a, well, blow to the head by a blunt object, which we suspect was the locker room dumbbell, given that obviously it has blood on it. Okay. Sakura. Chihiro wanted to get stronger, but she declined several invitations from Sakura and Aoi, and she may have been using the locker room late at night to avoid them. And yet, in spite of that, she wanted help with her efforts. And the belief is that she may have been meeting someone in the locker room the night she was murdered. So Sakura was saying that basically she seemed a bit distant from all the other girls. She seemed to prefer the companionship of male characters. Which again, possibly, tentatively, might lend credence to the whole she's actually a boy thing. I don't know. I could be barking completely up the wrong tree here, but then again I was saying the same thing in the last trial when I started to suspect that maybe Sayaka was actually plotting something, and then that turned out to be true, so I don't suppose this is entirely beyond the pale, is it? Beyond possibility? Mondo said that Chihiro told anyone willing to listen that she wanted to get stronger. She admired strength more than anything else because of an inferiority complex. Okay. Card readers. Now, this is important, I feel, because Monokuma had said that obviously you need a male student's handbook for the boys' locker room, you need a female student's one for the girls' locker room, but it's not possible for two people to enter at the same time, so you can't, for example, have, say, a boy and a girl go up to the boys' locker room entrance and the boy use his handbook to open the door to let the female in, and himself. The female would still have to use her handbook, but obviously it would get rejected. But obviously, it also says obviously lending someone else your handbook is a violation of school regulations. But, of course, there's this whole technicality thing with the whole, you know, you can't loan your handbook, but you can borrow it, apparently. So obviously we've got these handbooks that were found in the mailbox in the hall. Junko and Sayaka's handbooks both seem to work. Leon's, which we assume it's his, appears to be not working, non-functional rather. However, Monokuma claims it's very unlikely that Leon's handbook would have broken. Which suggests that maybe it's not Leon's. I don't know. I'm not sure about that. That's a bit of a funny piece of the puzzle. But, I don't know, assuming it is Leon's, then it could be that someone picked up his, maybe Chihiro. I don't know. Would she have known about those ones, though? I don't know. Then we've got, obviously, the Genocide Jack case file, which is telling you about, obviously, this particular serial killer. But obviously, in the pictures, you know, they were all male victims, and they were all impaled with scissors, sort of suspended with scissors through the hands, but... and obviously the word bloodlust was found at the scene of each crime, which is the same as what happened with the Chihiro crime scene, but I don't know. I feel like there is always that possibility it could be a copycat. It could be Byakuya, I don't know, trying to lead us in that direction. Aoi said that, yeah, Chihiro seems to have constantly kept a distance from the other girls. similar to what Sakura was saying. Yeah, it noticed that she got along remarkably well with the male classmates. Okay. Yeah, now this is the first of the things that appears to have been switched around between the locker rooms. The carpet has a blackish stain on it. Sakura was saying that apparently she spilled some protein coffee on the carpet in the girls' locker room, and yet magically it seems to have disappeared. Which actually is now here, I'm guessing. Because I'm guessing that's not blood, because the game has a way of sort of censoring blood. It makes it pink rather than red. Which is an interesting way of doing it. And then of course there's this. That big-breasted swimsuit model poster was in the boys' locker room to begin with, but now it's in the girls' one. It's got a blood stain on it, which makes me think... You see, that's the one reason why I think that actually Chihiro might have been killed in the girls' locker room. I mean, in the boys' locker room rather than the girls' locker room. And then the killer has tried to switch things around to try and confuse the investigation. Yeah. Chihiro's e-handbook. Yeah, apparently this is missing. It's disappeared. Status of the dead body. Yeah, suspended, hands bound with some kind of rope, which is actually an extension cord. As we've ascertained, it's an extension cord that may well have come from the library, which is why I'm suspecting Byakuya a bit here. Disappearing stain, yeah, this is where Sakura mentioned she was responsible for a coffee stain. Stain had since been inexplicably scrubbed away. Library desk lamp. Byakuya was known to use that often. Yeah, extension cord's gone missing. Lamp's cord couldn't quite reach the outlet. So either, yeah, it's him, or it could be it's someone else has gone in and taken it, but I don't know. And then obviously we have Celeste's account. The night of the murder, she saw Chihiro leaving the warehouse. She was carrying some blue exercise clothes in a duffel bag. The only strange thing was those clothes were not found at the crime scene. Which is very bizarre. So it's possible the killer may have disposed of them, I'm not sure. May have also disposed of the handbook, I don't know. Okay, right. Need to look at my skills. I think I've only got the one skill, Melodious Voice, yeah? I don't have any others, do I? No. Just that one. Okay. Right, well, that's fine. Time to go. Time for the trial, everybody. All rise.
Let's begin with a basic explanation of the class trial. If you can figure out who done it, then I'll punish everyone besides the... Okay, then. So,
Yeah.
First off...
That was all same dialogue.
Let's talk about the murder weapon!
Okay, you're going to throw us straight in, are you? First we have to make clear what was used to deliver the fatal blow. Well, we know what that was. It was the frickin' dumbbell, wasn't it? Yeah, dumbbell, okay. Looking around now. I need to try and remember.
Chihiro's fatal injury.
Right, that's that.
It appears it was a head wound.
Yes, it was.
According to the Monokuma file, the killer used a blunt instrument. But what kind of blunt instrument could it have been?
I bet it was an iron pipe.
Cannot fire at that.
Interesting. That certainly would make for a powerful weapon.
Right, I think
Or Chihiro.
Yasuhiro is the one who's one we've got to shoot down here, I think. Yeah, the weapon had to be the crime. Right, yeah, I was just listening to what they were
Chihiro's
saying.
fatal injury.
Hang on.
It appears it was...
According to the Monokuma file, what kind of blunt instrument could it have been?
I bet it was an iron pipe.
Oh shit, I missed.
Interesting.
God damn it.
That certainly would...
Or Chihiro.
That's high-pitched voices. I fucked that up a bit there. Hang on. Try that again.
Chihiro's fate. It appears it was...
According to the Monokuma file, what kind of blunt instrument...
I bet it was an iron pipe.
Get it. There we go.
No, that's wrong!
There we go. Sip of tea. No, it's a
Can we
dumbbell.
agree that the object that dealt the fatal blow was the dumbbell, found at the scene of the crime? It was covered in blood, and there was nothing else at the scene that could have caused that kind of injury.
Just trying to obviously remember all the controls a bit. I think I'm picking it up. It's spacebar to do the whole concentrate, you know, alert thing, and obviously control to speed up the dialogue a bit.
And the wound on the victim's head is consistent with the shape of the dumbbell. As far as I'm concerned, there's no mistake and no room for doubt on this one.
You looked at her head wound?
Yay! That's so creepy!
Oh, jeez. God, at least there's someone in this frigging gang who's prepared to, you know, do the slightly squeamish stuff. Yeah, is that what you're thinking as well, Kyoko?
If you don't mind, I will proceed from here. Let's move on to discussion of the culprit.
Is this where you're going to start talking all about Genocide Jack? I don't really trust you. I think you're up to something, to be honest.
Although, I believe the criminal behind this heinous act is already quite clear.
What? For real?
Chihiro's killer is the fiendish serial killer, Genocide Jack.
Genocide Jack, the fiendish serial killer. Did he really kill Chihiro? A new element has been added to non-stop debates. Would you like to hear more? Absolutely. For this debate, lines of white noise will appear to disrupt your reactions. Your truth bullets will disappear if they hit these lines, so think of them as obstacles in your debate. But there's a way to keep this white noise from getting in your way. Press the right mouse button to attach the silencer, which you can use to shoot down the white noise. However, if you shoot an actual remark with your silencer instead of the white noise, the time limit will decrease, so take careful aim when you have your silencer out. Okay, just dots. Oh, but if your action difficulty is set to gentle, white noise won't appear at all. Well, that's not going to happen. I'm on friggin' the medium, I think. In which case, you can forget about the silencer and just focus on the situation in front of you. Well then, good luck, have fun. Okay, new element. Make your argument. Genocide Jack case file. Okay. This is the bullet we're using.
The culprit is Genocide Jack. I'm sure.
Oh shit, that's not what I wanted to do. Crap. Oops, I didn't mean to do that.
Shoot!
I've just lost a bit of health there. Didn't mean to do that.
The culprit is Genocide Jack. I'm sure of it. Case closed, as far as I'm concerned.
But that's impossible!
Why? What makes it impossible?
Well, I mean, come on! There's just no proof for it.
Hey, so, speaking of Genocide Jack, I don't know who that is!
Do you not? Okay, I think Aui's the one that I've got to shoot. Yeah, the thing Byakuya showed me in the archive, one look at that and anyone would be convinced. Shows that this was the work of Genocide Jack. Makoto, I'm not convinced, though. Not fully, at least.
The culprit is Genocide. Case closed.
But that's
Why?
Well, I mean, come on! There's just no proof for it.
Yeah.
No, that's wrong!
I might know one reason he could be involved.
What?
I found this file while I was looking around the archive in the library. I guess it's some kind of confidential file the police put together about the Genocide Jack case.
What? That's kinda weird as shit, isn't it? What was something like that doing in the library?
The why of it is probably more trouble than it's worth. So let's forget about that for now. More importantly, it outlines all the specifics of every Genocide Jack case in exceeding detail. According to the file, there appear to be two defining characteristics in every Genocide Jack case. The first is that a bloody message is found written at the scene of every murder.
Yeah, that's true.
Oh, that's right.
Oh, for God's sake.
Boob lust.
Boob lust! Oh, you idiot.
No. It's actually bloodlust.
But more important is the other characteristic, and it's something that has never been made public.
Never made public? What the hell is it?
Why don't you tell them, Makoto?
Okay. I'm playing this a few hours after doing the last one. I'm just trying to desperately remember what it was now. There was something, didn't he? With the word that Large doesn't know. If I'm not mistaken, it has to do with the position. Oh, okay, yeah. It's how the victim's positioned, isn't it?
I got it!
Yeah.
Apparently, in every Genocide Jack case, the killer suspends the body in a certain way.
Fortunately, when those options came up, it jogged my memory. Yeah, it's the suspension. The whole, thing Byakuya was saying to me in the investigation was, oh, only the police and the killer himself would know this.
Other than the killer, the only people who know about this are the higher-ups in the police department.
Yeah.
However, Chihiro was most definitely suspended in the same way.
Was she, though? I mean, all the pictures, it was he was suspended with scissors through the hands, whereas she was suspended with the extension cord. I mean, maybe I'm looking too much into that. I don't know. Maybe it's just a case that they were using, well, Genocide Jack was using whatever was available to them. I don't know. I'm not sure. We'll see.
So, how did the culprit know about this when only high-level police officials were aware of it? There's only one logical answer I can think of. It's because the culprit in this case is the real Genocide Jack.
No fucking way!
You're saying Genocide Jack is one of us?
Yes, in fact, it's Toko.
Okay, here comes the blame game.
What?
Genocide Jack's true identity is Toko Fukawa.
You lie!
Jesus!
What? Hey, okay, wait, hold on a sec. Toko has, like, bloodophobia or whatever, remember?
Bloodophobia?
What kind of serial killer is afraid of blood?
Well, the implication has been that she has a split personality. So, is it that one side of her is afraid of blood, but her serial killer side isn't, maybe?
Is Toko Genocide Jack? The answer is yes and no.
Another riddle? Man, why has this gotta be so complicated?
It's a riddle for sure, but I feel like I understand it. What it means for Genocide Jack to be Toko, but also to not be Toko. The answer is that she's not just one person, but multiple people, right? Yeah, split personality. Okay. Okay, Hangman's Gambit's this one where I have to get the word. Oh, what? H-I. Oh, is it? Oh, crap. Is it schizo? I don't know. S. Give me the S. I just need a C, I think. I think it might actually be schizo. There we go. Z. Next. It's letting me... Right, there we go. Yeah, I think it actually is schizo. Okay. There we are.
Now I understand.
Now I understand. His voice.
Is it because Genocide Jack has a split personality?
Huh?
I think I read that somewhere in the file too. They thought that the suspect might have, what did they call it? Dissociative identity disorder.
You know, before we go any further, can I just say something very quickly here about mental illness? Obviously, in the Hangman's Gambit there, the term was schizo, that they're using is in schizophrenic, but I'm pretty sure schizophrenia does not actually give you a split personality. Dissociative identity disorder, I think, is the one that's supposed to. Though it is a bit controversial, I think, and some psychologists don't recognise it, but yeah. So, just as a fun fact, schizophrenia, common misconception, I believe, is that it gives you a split personality. I don't think it actually does that. Sure, it makes you, I think, sometimes a bit more paranoid, and it makes your behaviour a bit, you know, chaotic, but I don't think it actually is a proper, you know, split personality by clinical, medical definition. I don't know. So yeah, I feel like I should probably say that.
Oh, okay. But still, to go and say that about Miss Fukawa is...
Perfectly acceptable.
Okay, thank you, Byakuya.
Toko's strange behavior after seeing the body is proof enough that she has a split personality.
Okay. You're going to elaborate on that? The one thing that shows Toko could have had a split personality has to do with her behaviour. Well, it changed. Yeah, it kind of did change, didn't it?
I got it!
Yeah, it did.
You're talking about how she started acting totally different than usual, right?
Yeah, because after she fainted and when she woke up, she was a bit odd.
That's right. Think back. She fainted when she saw Chihiro's corpse, and then, when she woke up...
Yeah, she was all like this. I'm fine, I'm fine! Oh, is that a dead body? Hey, are you dead? God, yeah, I'm not doing any more of that voice. I'll let them do the voice acting. She must have hit her head real hard when she fainted. Oh, there's a front to the back, a top hitting, and a bottom, a sea of truth and web of lies. This is quite concerning. I mean, she sounds completely different. That's not Hifumi's voice. What am I doing?
She was acting funny, that's for sure. That melancholy tone of hers completely disappeared.
Don't go assigning adjectives to my tone without permission.
Not to mention, once she regained consciousness and saw Chihiro's body again, she was utterly calm.
Okay.
In other words, within her is one personality that can handle blood, and one that obviously can.
So when Toko trapped herself in her room, it's because she was scared of Genocide Jack?
Interesting. Yeah. I won't let Genocide Jack have control! I'll drive out the killer to drive out the murderous fiend! Yes.
The reason she locked herself in her room wasn't to keep other people from getting in. It was to keep her other personality from getting out.
Yes, contain herself, I see.
What?
Toko was afraid. Afraid of the murderous fiend inside of her. Of killing even more people.
How?
Yeah. How can you know all this?
Because it's in the file, hasn't
I
it?
do believe you misunderstood her. What she's trying to say isn't, how can you know all this? No. What she wants to know is, how could you tell them? Last night, just before Monokuma gave his motive speech, Toko and I had a strange conversation.
Oh. We're getting a bit of a Deus Ex Machina here.
She told me a most interesting story. She said a murderous fiend lived within her, and she was afraid it could appear and attack at any time. And that trepidation is what's caused her to have such a bleak attitude. Isn't that right, Toko?
This is all a lie. Right, Toko?
You said you wouldn't tell anyone.
No. Oh, it is true. Okay. Yeah.
You promised. I can't believe you lied.
You have only yourself to blame. You came to me with your tragic little story. I didn't ask you to.
Okay.
This is the real world, not some romantic fantasy fairy tale. Besides, you broke your promise first.
Promise?
You said that as long as you were here, no matter what, you wouldn't let Genocide Jack kill anyone.
Okay.
But in spite of that promise,
Hero died. Yes. I'm sorry, I couldn't keep my promise. But don't worry, never again. I won't let Genocide Jack have control ever again.
You said if I kept my promise, you would go out with me.
Really?
That's the only reason I promised.
how many times do I have to tell you? I never said that. But you weren't able to do it. You just couldn't resist that rush you got from killing, could you?
It's been very emphatic that she must be the killer. But having said that, we're, I don't know, 10, 15 minutes into this trial? This can't be this straightforward, can it?
I tried. I swear I tried to control it.
But your efforts were useless. What a disappointment.
I hate you.
Well, the opening act is nearly finished. All that's left is to hear from the person in question directly.
The person? You don't mean...
Oh, are we going to get her to go to change to Genocide Jack or something? Toko's Toko's body suddenly lunged backwards. A huge thud echoed across the courtroom, but in the next second... Oh!
Well, hello there! Is it me you were hoping to see?
Oh my god, her eyes! What is she doing?
What the heck? So you figured it out, huh? Well, whatever. What are you gonna do?
Wow.
I'm the ultimate murderous fiend, Genocide Jack! Or better yet, let's go with Genocide Jill!
What the fuck is this?
Toko, what happened to you?
Not Toko, that's a loser name, and what happened is a textbook split personality! So what if one of them happens to be a serial killer? You should turn a blind eye to one's faults.
Wow. She's completely different. Ah.
She's so intense.
Yeah, I kind of like the new Toko. What's going on?
They say, sound and murder is mind, sound and murder is body.
This one is so different from the one we've come to know.
Yes, well, the world is composed of a front and a back, you know.
No. You're going back to that metaphor you were using before, is it?
Just like how every inning has a top
Yeah.
and a bottom, or how in the depths of every truth lives a little lie. Behind every dark and gloomy soul lives another that shines as bright as the sun!
Oh, her laugh. Her laugh is so much better. This is the murderous fiend, Genocide Jack. This is beyond insane.
Miss Jack, Jill, can I ask you a question?
What's up?
So Lizzie goes all sweet. She's doing a freaking Sayaka pose. Look at that.
Some of us think you might be the mastermind behind our entire situation. What are your thoughts on that?
Oh yeah. Chihiro did raise that possibility quite earlier on, didn't she?
Well, I'll tell you, I am the mastermind of all masterminds!
Right.
Just kidding!
Oh.
Then it's not true?
Of course it's not true! How dare you try to link me to that creepazoid?
Okay, so Genocide Jack's not the mastermind behind the whole situation we're in right now.
And another thing, the police and government and society in the outside world are totally powerless! I mean, they just let this idiotic, bloodthirsty maniac go buck wild all over town!
Sure, I'm a bloodthirsty maniac, but life is pain, right? To live is to hurt other people.
God.
It's a necessary evil if you want to survive. The act of living itself causes pain for everyone.
I'm still trying to get over that tongue just coming out of my mouth and curling up like that. What the fuck?
Just kidding again!
This should be enough to convince you. This murderous fiend is responsible for Chihiro's death.
You're really pushing it on her. But I feel like it would be a very short trial if it was just her. No, there's more to talk about here.
There's clearly a motive, so there should be no doubt.
Is there a motive?
A motive?
Remember what Monokuma told us?
Well, secrets, I suppose.
If someone didn't murder and graduate within 24 hours, an embarrassing memory or secret would be revealed.
Okay. Well, I suppose Toko would want that secret kept quiet, but I don't know. There's a whole load of stuff we haven't talked about yet. Can't be this simple.
Well, let's assume that Toko's secret was about Genocide Jack. If a secret like that came to light, Toko's life would have undoubtedly been forever ruined.
True.
So she had a very
Yes.
clear motive to never have that side of herself exposed.
But there's a whole load of stuff we haven't talked about, Byakuya.
Interesting. Very, very, very interesting. But sorry, as much as I hate to admit it, I'm not the culprit.
Huh?
But I cannot imagine anyone other than you could murder someone in such a bizarre fashion. Maybe so, but nevertheless, it's the truth.
Yeah, I don't know. Do I trust her?
Do you really expect any of us to believe you?
Yeah, I could never believe a word you say, you monster.
Ah, here we go. Makoto, are you starting to see? Maybe she's totally right about that, but something's still bothering me. What she said, I need to get some more details about all of this. Yeah, you need to ask her about her modus operandi, however you pronounce it. Because, obviously, it's not quite the same as was in the case file. Ooh, it's music. Status of the dead body. Okay, yeah, is this what we're going to talk about? Modus operandi and all that?
Sorry, but I didn't kill anyone.
You say that, but do you really expect any of us to believe it?
Let's just look at what they
Perhaps if you had
say.
an alibi, that would change things.
Oh, an alibi, huh? Now we're talking!
When you compare your past murders to this incident, the modus operandi matches completely.
No, it
What
doesn't.
more proof do we need?
Right, I think Byakuya is the one we have to call out here.
Give it up. You killed her.
Right, I think I know which one to call out. Byakuya. Okay, I just have to focus on remembering Chihiro's body. That must have the answer, yes. That should prove what he said. Yeah, he said Byakuya isn't quite right. Okay, there we go.
Sorry, but I didn't kill.
You say that, but
Perhaps if you had an. Oh, an alibi!
When you compare your past murders to this, the modus operandi matches completely.
No, that's wrong.
Okay, so I wasn't reading too deeply into it.
Are the methods of murder really exactly the same? I'm not so sure about that.
Yeah, come on. It's not just a little detail. I'm not jumping at little details here. This has got to be significant.
I think there's a slight difference between the Genocide Jack cases and this one.
Yeah.
Huh? How's it any different?
Uh-oh, you don't know? Well then, human garbage, let me tell you!
Yeah.
I murder with passion and conviction.
Yeah, you look at the pictures. It's all the scissors. But obviously there are no scissors in this one. So I was just thinking at first, I was a bit torn. Like, is it significant or is it just a little detail that doesn't mean anything? But no, it looks like it might be significant after all.
I consider myself a professional, and I have a very particular way of doing things. Imagine you go to a fancy Italian restaurant. They're very picky about the noodles, the sauce, everything. But what happened to Chihiro? It'd be like if that same Italian restaurant started using ragu or Chef Boyardee.
Ragu.
This is no creation of mine.
Let me rephrase that in a way that maybe makes more sense. There are two clear differences between the Genocide Jack cases and this one.
Number one, the scissors. Number two, that all the victims were male. Chihiro is a girl. There's one clear difference between the murders. In the photos from the other Genocide Jack cases, look at the neck and stomach. Here, you'll see a clear difference.
I got it!
Yeah.
For one, the cause of death is different.
Okay, yeah, right, yeah.
In the Genocide Jack murders, all the victims were killed the same way.
Yeah, scissors.
According to the case file, they were all apparently killed with a pair of scissors. But Chihiro died from a blow to the head, right?
Ah, yes. That is remarkably different from the other murders.
Wouldn't it be strange for someone who kills the same way without fail to suddenly change their method? And there's more. One more conflicting detail.
That's right! In my recipe of murder, if the bloody message is the tortellini, then the arrangement of the body would be the pesto sauce!
Oh, I like this version of Toko. This creepy version of Toko. What's going on?
Could you please stop comparing killing people to cooking?
So, are you saying the other difference has to do with how the body was arranged?
That's right. Second is okay, right? No, it's not to do with the gender at all, or sex, whatever. It's to do with the suspension. Okay, so it's to do with the extension cord. In the photos of the other Genocide Jack cases, all the other victims were stabbed through their hands. Here, you'll see a what was used to suspend her.
I got it! Do you remember what the killer used to suspend her?
I mean, do we know that she has scissors with her? I mean, it could just be that, again, that she is just using whatever's available to her. I don't know.
They used some kind of rope to hang her up by her wrists.
No, not some kind of rope. An extension cord.
What is your point?
Well, in all the previous Genocide Jack cases, something else was used to suspend them. Specifically, pairs of razor-sharp scissors.
And guess what? I used my own specially designed scissors for the murders and the arrangement! Like I said, I'm a professional, so naturally I'm very picky about the tools I use. And you know what else? Big Mac said there's 2 differences, but he's wrong.
Big Mac? Is that what she's calling me now?
Big Mac? Are you referring to me?
Listen up, Big Mac. There's actually one more difference.
Is this again to do with the sex of the victim?
Huh?
My word, you really didn't notice?
Yes.
Take a look at who the victims were in each Genocide Jack case.
Yeah, it's got to be this, isn't it, what I'm thinking?
There's a pattern there, just waiting to be discovered.
They're all male.
A pattern?
Figure that out, and it'll be plain as death why I couldn't have possibly killed that little lolly girl.
Come on, Big Mac. Start racking your brains. Let's see. There was a pattern surrounding the Genocide Jack victims, and Chihiro didn't fit it. If you look at the names of every victim, what you'll notice is they're all male. Yeah. I know why she couldn't have killed Chihiro, because Chihiro was a girl.
A gun! Is it because Chihiro was a girl?
But still, there's this whole outstanding question, was she a girl, though? I don't know.
Bingo! Bullseye! Right on the money!
What are you talking about?
In all the Genocide Jack cases, all the victims had something in common.
Yep. Ken Harada 32, Tetsuhiro Honda 17, Shoji Gaku 23, Kanoise 14, Takeshi Yoshida 30. Yeah, all these names.
They were all guys?
Yeah.
That's right! The people I kill with such passion and conviction are all adorable little men! I can't believe I said it! I'm so embarrassed!
The hell is wrong with you?
I can't help it! I'm just a full-throttle boy-on-boy fangirl, and the mopey side of me just hates it.
Oh boy.
But now I'm on the fast track to becoming a full-fledged fan madam!
A fan madam. That's a new one. I quite like that. Not just a fan girl, but a fan madam.
So, since Chihiro was a girl and not an adorable little man, you wouldn't kill her?
Would an Italian chef suddenly start making ramen just because they're both noodles? Don't be stupid.
Again with the cooking analogy.
I have too much passion and conviction to cross that line. That's the absolute reality of the one and only.
We get it. You've clearly explained your hobby and your philosophy. But that's not all there is to it. It's a different matter entirely, when you're forced to kill in order to survive.
Ah.
Quiet, lowly cur!
Lowly? Cur?
Whoa. She about to put you in your place?
I would never kill for a reason as petty as mere survival. And if by some fluke I did kill to survive, why would I bother with the message and arrangement? It'd make me the obvious suspect!
That does make some amount of sense.
Okay, so as I suspected, are we getting to... Is it slowly inching towards Toko can't be the killer?
Plus, whatever reason I have for killing, I would never leave out my prized scissors.
Do you actually have them on you? Because that would be interesting, because it would kind of perhaps suggest then that it's definitely not you, because if you have your scissors then you definitely use them, I'm guessing. And you're not just using whatever's to hand.
Who would go out of their way to use a big, stupid, heavy dumbbell?
Maybe you used the dumbbell because you couldn't find any scissors in the school?
Ah, okay. Are we going to get a definitive answer to this?
Any scissors? I don't just use any scissors. I only use my own set of high-class envy of the entire world scissors!
High-class scissors? I could do with some of those myself.
Okay, whatever. There still aren't any in the school.
Are you sure about that?
Oh. Oh god! Oh my god, what is she doing with those?
She's fully equipped!
That's right! So I can kill anywhere, anytime!
Wow.
Why would I resort to dumbbells or rope when I have my trusty scissors by my side?
Okay, so it's clarified, she does have her scissors on her. Which again is giving more credence to the possibility that she didn't do it.
Go ahead, tell me I'm wrong! You can't, can you, gutter dogs, all of you! Not to mention, I have no clue how to tie a good knot. So rope's totally out of the question anyway.
Okay, Byakuya, you've got some questions to answer here, mate.
I have no idea what's going on anymore. Could such a heinous villain really be innocent?
But the body really was suspended, right? And nobody but the police knew about that.
Byakuya could have known about it because he found the frigging document, didn't he?
Yeah. That's why we figured it had to be the real deal and not some copycat killer or whatever.
Actually, hold on, there is one person. Yeah, Byakuya, one person who could have copied the Genocide Jack cases. The guy who's clearly read the file. Him.
Here's my answer. Byakuya, it's possible you could have found out, isn't it? You'd have no problem gaining access to classified government documents or internal police records. Plus, you'd already looked through the Genocide Jack file before this all happened, hadn't you?
True. So I'm just thinking, it's possible that he's had something to do with the crime. I wonder if he's the one who did it, but having said that, obviously there's still the whole mystery around, there's still parts of the puzzle we haven't slotted in yet, like with the handbooks, Chihiro's missing handbook, the clothes that she had in the duffel bag, what about those? Yeah. ...
Are you saying Mr. Togami did it?
He's not saying anything.
Then, the reason he pushed the theory of Genocide Jack being the killer so hard was because he wanted to pin the crime on her.
So, he rearranged the scene to disguise it and make it look like I put my stamp on it. The adorable glasses man was behind it all. Oh, I'm on fire!
The adorable glasses man.
Well, Byakuya, what's your response?
I see. So now the suspicion falls on me. Then I must ask, when would you say I began acting suspicious? Surely you must have an answer.
I don't know, you've been suspicious for a while, mate.
Looking back and thinking about it now, the way you were acting right before we discovered the body was a little strange.
Yeah. It's like you knew exactly where to go. And the locker rooms. They're suspicious, very suspicious indeed. Wouldn't you agree? Yes. It's funny that you just homed right in on the locker rooms like that. Huh? Suspicious? It seems nobody searched the locker rooms. Let's start with the girls' locker room. Yeah, why specifically the girls' locker room?
You wanted to go to the girls' locker room right away, right? But since you're a guy...
Either that or he's just a perv.
I should have naturally thought of the boys' locker room first. Is that what you want to say?
He's trying to second guess me, is he?
The victim was Chihiro, a girl. Hence why I said we should check the girls' locker room.
Yeah, but hang on a minute, hang on a sec. You think you can get me like that, do ya? No. That implies that you knew beforehand that it was her. So how could you know that?
Nothing strange about that, I'd say.
Oh, come on, dude. You don't see it.
On the contrary, there's something very strange.
Yeah, Big Mac knows what's up. Go on, Big Mac. Yeah. You fucking pin that guy down. That's what we're calling Makoto from now on. Big Mac. That's his name.
Okay, then. What's so strange about it?
Well, how do you know it was Chihiro?
Go ahead. Share with the rest of the class.
Go on, Makoto. Big Mac. Fire his words back at him. There's a clear contradiction. Yeah, I know. I need to make it clear to everyone. A new element's been added to non-stop debates. Okay. Absolutely. Let's hear about it. Next, we're going to add something called a truth flashback. If you aim at a weak spot and hold down the left mouse button, then you'll memorise that weak spot. This memorised phrase can only be shot once as a single truth bullet. Oh, okay. So I can add a new bullet to my cylinder. If you shoot or change the truth bullet, it will disappear from your truth cylinder. However, you can use this flashback feature as many times as you want. If you don't seem to have the answer to a lie or contradiction in your loaded truth bullets, it might be wise to memorise a different weak spot and use that to make your case. When's the best time to flashback? Well, you'll just have to use your keen wits, won't you? In this case, though, I will say that if you don't use a flashback, you won't be refuting anything. Okay. Well then, good luck and have fun. Right, okay. Just gotta look for this contradiction. Yeah, Monokuma file. Okay. Right.
So, you said Byakuya was acting kind of weird before we found the body.
Yes.
But he was acting weird... how?
If you're presented with the opportunity to check out the girls' locker room,
you absolutely take it!
Oh, Hifumi.
That's a natural reaction for any guy!
Wow.
The victim was Chihiro, who was a girl. So of course I would suggest we check the girls' locker room first. There was no time for pointless distractions. What's so strange about that?
Well, the fact that you seem to just
wish
home in
you'd
on that.
taken me with you.
Wow, Hifumi. Okay, I think I know what it wants me to memorise. Yeah, hearing his comments about Chihiro being a girl, there's a contradiction there. It's because that would imply he knew beforehand. Because it doesn't make sense how he could have known before we'd even found it. Need to make that contradiction clear.
So, you said Byakuya was acting kind of... but he was acting...
If you're presented with the opportunity to check...
That's a natural
The victim was Chihiro, who was a girl. So of course I would suggest we check the girls' locker room first. There was no time for pointless distractions.
I didn't mean to do that.
What's so strange? I wish you'd taken me with you.
Okay, try that again. I think I fucked up. Yeah, I've seen that.
So, you said Byakuya, but he was acting...
If you're presented with the opportunity...
That's a natural...
The victim was Chihiro, who was a girl. So of course I would suggest we check the girls' locker room first. There was no time for pointless distractions. The victim was Chihiro, who was a girl.
Okay, right, it was that.
That's wrong.
I was just hitting the wrong thing. Okay. Damn it, I'm an idiot.
I'll tell you what's so strange about that. Because up until we actually discovered the body, we couldn't have known who the victim was.
Yeah, exactly.
So your claim that you went to the girls' locker room first because Chihiro was the victim doesn't hold up.
I see. That's a good answer, I must admit. Interesting. Very interesting indeed. But your reasoning is still too weak.
Huh?
What's wrong? Is that it? Surely you've got more than that. Go ahead. Show us.
Okay. Are we two going to talk about the extension cord now? What's with Byakuya's attitude? It's like he doesn't even care. Got him cornered, but he's acting like it has nothing to do with him.
What's the matter? You're not finished already, are you? There must be more to it.
There is. I think.
There is more to it. Think about it.
Yeah, you've been very silent up till now, Kyoko.
We just talked about the differences between this case and past Genocide Jack incidents. The proof you're looking for is hidden in there.
Oh? Proof that I'm the culprit, you mean?
The difference between this case and other Genocide Jack murders, evidence that proves Byakuya is responsible, is hidden in there. What could it be? Extension cord. Right. Yeah, library desk lamp. Okay, let's do this.
What? The difference between the cases? You want me to explain it again? When I want to kill, I use my very own special scissors. And I use those same scissors to arrange the body.
But Chihiro was suspended with... It was some kind of rope. Was it not?
That's right! It absolutely was!
Then there must be something very fishy indeed about that rope.
Hey, Byakuya, where'd you get it from, huh?
I'd never seen that rope before in my life. Obviously, somebody else must have had it hidden away somewhere.
Nope, I know which one I think it wants me to shoot. It's hidden within the rope, it's possible first. The attitude bandwidth was used like rope, but was it actually a rope? Yeah, no, it wasn't. He used a very specific object, yeah.
What?
Okay.
The difference? You want me to explain? When I want to kill, and I use those same... But Chihiro, it was some kind of...
That's right!
Then there must be something...
Hey, Byakuya, where'd you get it?
I'd never seen that rope before in my life.
There we go.
No, that's wrong.
Got it. Fuck you, boy.
Actually, I'm pretty sure you have seen it before. Because, you see, that rope, or should I say, that extension cord?
What? An extension cord?
Am I really the only person who's noticed that it's an extension cord? Well, Kyoko clearly, I think, has noticed as well.
You've used the extension cord in the library more than once, haven't you? And the same extension cord that was in the library all this time
Is now magically gone.
went missing after the murder. And there's no way someone who uses that extension cord as much as you do wouldn't discover that fact.
Then Byakuya must be the one who took the extension cord. I can't imagine any other possibility.
I mean, I suppose it's always possible someone else did, but I don't know.
That's really what you think? Then your conclusion is something like this?
The reasoning is a bit weak.
I killed Chihiro in the girls' locker room, then hung her up and wrote that bloody message. I intentionally made it look like Genocide Jack was behind it. Is that about right?
Is there going to be a twist here? He's doing it again. He's totally calm, totally unconcerned. As if he's not even involved. Wait, not even involved?
What's wrong? I asked you if you think that's what happened.
Hell yes, that's what happened. So that's it, right? Byakuya's the killer.
I don't disagree with not disagreeing.
He kept calling this a game, right? So he'd be totally willing to do something like this to win.
Nah, Big Mac's thinking.
Sorry, but could we hold on just a second? I think we need to talk about this a little more.
Yeah, there's plenty of pieces of the puzzle we've not really fit into it yet.
Huh? Do we really need to? We've already decided who did it.
No, we haven't. There's the friggin' switched around details in the locker rooms, there's all the thing with the handbooks.
I know, but still. There's something that's still bothering me.
Is that right? And what, pray tell, is still bothering you? I killed her in the girls' locker room, then disguised my crime.
If you killed her in the girls' locker room, then how did you get in there?
Specifically, I dressed it up to make it look like it was the work of a homicidal psychopath.
Why, though? Why would you do all this?
What about all that bothers you?
Wait. What was that just now? Something's not right. Chihiro's body was definitely found in the girls' locker room, but does that mean, yeah, was she actually killed in there? Can I really just accept what Byakuya said as the truth? No, we can't. No, I don't think so. There's definitely something off about what he said. Scene of the crime.
I got it!
Yeah.
You say you killed Chihiro in the girls' locker room, right? But are you sure about that? Isn't it possible that the murder took place somewhere else?
Yeah, the boys' locker room.
How disappointing.
Oh?
What kind of question is that? Even in the world of disappointments, this is a true letdown.
Hang on a minute, bud.
She was found dead in the girls' locker room. There is absolutely no question about that.
No, there's evidence. Before you get all high and mighty, mate.
How could the scene of the crime have been anywhere else?
Well, I think it's entirely possible that she was killed somewhere else, then carried there later, along with the rest of the murder scene.
The rest of the murder scene?
Yeah.
That was awfully specific. Please tell me you have a reason for saying all of that.
I do indeed.
I believe I do.
Hey, Byakuya, did I just take you off guard? Ah. When the story suddenly moved to the crime scene, Byakuya, who'd been so confident up till now, maybe Byakuya never even realised that the actual scene of the crime could have been somewhere else.
Hey! Don't just move on without permission! What do you mean she was killed somewhere else?
Come on, Makoto. If there's any chance the murder took place somewhere else, let's see the proof.
Okay, then. Evidence that shows the murder took place somewhere else. There's something that was switched, yeah. Well, the posters? Or the carpet? Blood found on that.
I got it!
Yeah, posters.
The proof that she was killed somewhere else is the poster that's hanging in each locker room.
Your proof is some posters?
Yeah, just hear me out, mate.
The poster in the girls' locker room was a picture of a big-boobed supermodel. But don't you think that's kind of strange?
Are you not going to mention the fact there's blood on it?
Why would the girls' locker room have a poster like that?
I bet those massive jugs of hers were totally fake!
That's not the point we're discussing here, Genocide.
Meanwhile, the boys' locker room had a poster of the super popular boy band Tornado.
They all look like girls.
Again, that doesn't really seem to belong in a boys' locker room.
So you're saying that maybe the posters were switched?
I'm not saying maybe, I'm saying they are.
And there's one other thing I noticed about the locker rooms. You know what I'm talking about, right, Sakura?
Yeah, the carpets.
You're referring to my protein coffee, aren't you?
Protein coffee?
While I was in the girls' locker room earlier, I spilled some protein coffee on the carpet. But I noticed that after the murder, the stain had been totally scrubbed away.
No, it's not that the stain was scrubbed away, it's because it was switched. It was moved. It was in the boys' locker room carpet. Here we are. This one.
I got it!
Get at it!
The stain on the girls' locker room carpet wasn't scrubbed away. In fact, I found it on the boys' locker room carpet.
Ooh, just popping me ears.
That's definitely the stain from my protein coffee.
I'm sorry, have I brought the carpet down just to show you?
Then, does that mean that the carpets were switched too?
Yes.
But why would anyone do that?
To confuse the crime scene, obviously.
To move the murder scene from one locker room to the other. It's certainly plausible, don't you think? What? In other words, in order to completely swap the scene of the crime, the bloodstained poster and carpet were moved along with the dead body. By doing this, the killer was able to change the entire room where the murder took place.
Try and confuse us.
I can certainly follow your reasoning, but why would the culprit bother doing that?
Oh, come on, gambler girl, surely you can work that one out.
Huh?
Why would they go to all that trouble of switching the scene of the crime?
To hide it.
Actually, an even bigger question. If the murder did take place in the boys' locker room, then how did Chihiro get in the boys' locker room in the first place?
We're getting to this. This remote possibility that I'm not sure whether it is significant or whether I'm just barking up the wrong tree.
To get into the locker rooms, you have to swipe your e-handbook across the card reader device. But Chihiro's handbook should have only allowed her access to the girls' locker room. She had no way to get into the boys' locker room to begin with.
No, she did have a way, and I can tell you what it was.
Really? Can
I
you?
highly doubt that.
Shut up! I'm telling you, I know how she could have done it.
Is he right? Could Chihiro really have got into the boys' locker room somehow? Something to do with the broken e-handbook. Okay. Leon's, I say, quote unquote, handbook.
Is it really possible? Could Chihiro really have gotten into the boys' locker room somehow?
Ah! I've got it! She must have hacked her e-handbook!
No.
She was the ultimate programmer, after all.
I doubt it's that.
I'm sure that would have been no problem for her.
No, I don't think that's it. She used the thing that was in the main hall.
Ah.
Huh? What thing?
I'm talking about Leon's handbook, of course.
No, that's wrong.
No, because it's broken.
No, I don't think Chihiro used Leon's handbook.
Why not?
Because Leon's handbook was broken.
Oh. Well, then, yeah, I guess that'd be pretty impossible, huh?
I am struck silent by how quickly you gave up.
Plus, isn't there a regulation against using someone else's handbook?
Against loaning it to them, but you can borrow it, as we've been quite emphatically clear in the last episode.
Actually, the rule states that loaning your handbook is prohibited. It says nothing about borrowing one. In other words, you could borrow a dead person's handbook all you want, and you'd be safe.
Because technically a dead person can't loan you anything.
Yup. Hit the nail square on the noggin.
Of course, if it were broken, that wouldn't make any sense anyway.
So then, she must have hacked hers, like I said. She used her ultimate programmer skills and...
Psst! You can't fix an e-handbook. The instant you open one up, a security buzzer starts blaring.
So, if she didn't use Leon's handbook, and she didn't modify her own handbook...
Then how else would she have gotten in? I swear to God, is it actually moving towards that Chihiro might actually be a boy?
Maybe Mr. Naegi's initial assumption is just wrong?
No.
It seems like there's no way she could have got into the boys' locker room. So I guess so.
Okay then, I vote for Byakuya.
Jesus Christ, mate. Hang on, slow down. Is that it then? Chihiro was killed in the girls' locker room, Byakuya's the one who did it? Really? Still, I don't know what else I can do.
Hold on a second.
Ah! Are you gonna come in now and help us?
I agree with you, though. I think you're on the right track.
What the? You finally decide to open your mouth and that's what you've got to say? There's no way she could get in the boys' locker room, right? So...
Why are you so sure she couldn't get in? There's still one other way she could have gained access.
What?
What are you talking about? What other way is there?
Well, to explain that, why don't we take a little break from the trial? I'd like you all to come see something.
Oh?
Wait. Just what do you think you're doing?
Don't worry. This'll make the whole trial more exciting. I'm sure that thought must please you.
Huh? It'll make things more exciting? Well, all right then. I declare an official class trial recess.
Huh? For real?
Now then, what is it you want to show us? It better not be boring or I'll be very unhappy.
Oh, I have no doubt it'll meet your lofty expectations. So, shall we go?
Okay. Where are we going? So before I even knew what was happening, the class trial had been put on hold. We headed off with Kyoko in the lead, and where she took us was... the murder scene.
The girls' locker room?
We've already searched this place top to bottom! What are you trying to pull, Missy?
I'd like you to examine the victim's body one more time.
Is this gonna be a moment of truth here? You want to check it again?
Be sure to examine the entire body very carefully. Take your time.
Examine her carefully? Like using our hands?
No way!
Oh god, really?
It's probably best if I don't run my hands all over a girl's dead body.
We'll get a girl to do it then.
It's not that I'm creeped out or anything, it's just... based on religious grounds, you know?
Very well. I'll do it.
Thank you, Sakura.
But you're a girl. You shouldn't have to touch a dead body. Just let one of the boys do it.
Oh, come on. Just because you're a girl doesn't mean you can't touch a dead body.
No, it's okay. I think Chihiro would rather have a girl examine her. So just leave this to me.
Sakura.
What is this? Some kind of secret girl-on-girl action? Is that what you two are about?
That's not it at all. Stop screwing around.
Okay, here I go. I'm sorry, Chihiro. Please excuse the intrusion.
Putting her hands together in a brief prayer, Sakura then began to quietly examine her body.
Be sure to check her entire body, and I believe we will solve this particular mystery.
I swear to God, if it's actually going towards the whole Chihiro's actually a boy thing, then one thing man, I don't...
Her entire body? I know you say that, but...
It is actually going in that direction,
what?
isn't it? Oh, what?
This is... What is this...
Oh my god, is this what I think it is? I think it is. We're having another Sayaka moment here, aren't we?
What is it?
Not possible. It's not possible.
Sakura's eyes were staring wildly at Chihiro's lifeless form. Her massive frame trembled.
This girl is
what?
Is a boy!
I fucking knew it! Are you kidding me? Man, it's pulled off another twist like that. So, there is an explanation then for how she could be in the boys' locker room. Because she's a boy. Her handbook... Oh, wow, I knew it. I knew it was... just so many little clues there that were just pointing kind of subtly in that direction.
Ah, I see. So, she was actually a he. Interesting. Thank you for confirming this fact.
What? You're joking, right?
I wouldn't joke about this.
Then it's really true?
We got pose. That expression. Yep.
Chihiro was a guy?
Oh, what? You guys didn't know? Heck, I knew that right off the bat. Chihiro Fujisaki was totally a guy.
Then he was a cross-dresser? Oh, now I'm really on fire! I wish I had killed him!
So that's what Kyoko wanted to show everyone, huh? Interesting.
Okay. ...
Yes, that certainly does make things much more exciting. Now let's ride this wave of excitement back to the courtroom and get back to the trial.
Oh, ma'am. So this means Chihiro could go in the boys' locker room. So then what's the deal with the whole handbooks in the hall, then? And the quote-unquote Leon's broken handbook. Where does that fit into it, then?
I do apologize for keeping you waiting. Now then, let's resume the class trial. We've all just learned of the shocking revelation that Chihiro was actually a boy. Let's pick up from there.
Yes, well, I don't know his reason for hiding it, but the fact is, Chihiro was not a girl, but a boy.
To think that Chihiro was actually a guy, the thought had never even crossed my mind.
And because the victim was male, he would have had no problem gaining access to the boys' locker room.
True.
Assuming his handbook did, in fact, list his gender as male, then yes, that would be true.
Of course his handbook said he was a boy. He dressed like a girl, but he was a boy through and through.
So then, there should be no issue with Makoto's initial assertion. The victim was killed in the boys' locker room, and was then later moved to the girls' locker room.
Right.
And the killer could have easily used Sayaka or Junko's handbook to get into the girls' locker room.
Yeah.
So Chihiro really was killed in the boys' locker room?
I still don't understand the motive for moving the body, but yes, that does seem plausible.
Well, I must admit, I did find it rather odd. I knew he felt a little off. There was a certain incongruity to his female body.
This is the most titillating situation!
Of course you're enjoying it.
So now everything has been connected. All the mysteries have finally become clear.
No, they haven't. What's the deal with friggin' Leon's handbook? What's that all about? Chekhov's gun, everybody. It's got to be significant.
Okay, well, connected or clear or whatever. We still think you're the killer, remember?
Do we, though? I don't know. Not sure. I mean, there's evidence pointing to him, but I don't know. Some of the logic is, looking back on it, kind of. I know the reasoning's kind of not the strongest.
Very interesting. This has become very interesting indeed.
He's off in his own little world.
What about you, Makoto? After everything we've learned, do you still think Byakuya's the killer?
Well, without a doubt, Byakuya is the one that made Chihiro's death look like Genocide Jack did it.
Does that mean he's the one who killed her, though? But who else could it be? I'm not sure.
But I think he might not actually be the killer after all.
Oh?
What? But aren't you the one who accused him in the first place?
He just seems to be too easygoing about all this. Like he's enjoying us solving the mystery. The way he's acting, it makes it seem like it doesn't have anything to do with him.
And you think that might be because it doesn't have anything to do with him?
Or is it an act? I don't know.
Plus, the evidence he left behind was a little too... how can I put it? Overt.
Surely would have thought, yeah, that we would...
He consciously chose to use the extension cord, knowing it could connect him to the murder. At least, that's how I see it.
Valid point. It's a valid point.
And Byakuya, when you found out the murder took place in the boys' locker room, it seemed to rattle you. And then again when you found out Chihiro was actually a guy. If you really were the killer, that stuff wouldn't have had any effect on you.
Yeah.
So that's your thinking, huh? Well, it bothers me that you don't have more concrete reasons, but...
There's always a little jab in there.
It's fine. I guess I'll mark it as correct for the time being.
Mark it as correct?
He's right. I am not the culprit.
Ah. Well, can we trust you?
I just happened to come across the corpse in the girls' locker room and decided to alter it.
But why, though? You just happened to find it? And you just happened to decide to mess around with the crime scene? Why?
Are you fucking with us right now?
No, I am not effing with you right now. I'm telling you the truth.
Well, I find it very hard to believe.
Go ahead. Find it very hard to believe. You're free to be executed along with the rest of us.
If you're really telling the truth, then why? Why do you do that to his body?
My reasons hardly matter right now. Uncovering the culprit is much more important, wouldn't you say?
No, it's very relevant.
Now then, if it wasn't me, who was it?
Well, I don't think I can say for sure without talking about it a little more.
We're seriously gonna keep going? We're all good, aren't we? I thought it was clear Byakuya did it.
So did I at first, but... well, not clear that he'd done it, but... it was looking like it was pointed in, but maybe it's not now.
No, I'm with Makoto. If there's any doubt whatsoever, we need to explore every possibility.
Yes, true.
Because if we're wrong, we all die here.
That's true. Very well then. I'm with you too.
Damn straight. Count me in.
Do you not have a mind of your own?
Of course I do. What am I, an ant or something?
Anyway, let's discuss this all as a group one more time. We still have time to make our decision.
That's very true.
Our lives are all on the line.
Excellent. Then shall we resume our game of hide and seek?
Yes, let's do it. Let's stop talking about it and do it. If Byakuya didn't do it, then who's the real killer? Who murdered Chihiro? There's one thing we can be sure that we know about the killer. Well, if it's taking place in the boys' locker room, then... assuming the killer hasn't... No. Assuming the killer hasn't taken Leon's quote-unquote handbook, then it's probably a guy. Killer was able to gain access to real material, which means... yeah, killer's a guy.
I got it!
Since the crime scene was the boys' locker room, you would need a boys' handbook to get in. Since Leon's handbook is apparently broken, the killer would have had to use their own. In other words, it had to have been a guy. That's still not enough. I need to find some more clues, yeah. Need more. Make your argument. Here we go. Celeste's account. Yeah. She saw him leaving the warehouse with a duffel bag with a tracksuit.
Isn't there a single clue that might lead us to who did it?
Well, clues are one thing, but did nobody get a look at the killer?
I'm sure if someone saw the killer, they would have said something by now.
Perhaps someone saw the victim at some point. Even that might be enough for now.
Yeah, Celeste.
Yeah. All we need right now is any kind of new info.
It's over. It's all over. You want to know who saw the victim? The killer. And only the killer.
No, wrong.
No, that's wrong.
Celeste saw him. Saw Chihiro, that is.
I believe someone else did see the victim before he was murdered. What do you think, Celeste?
Now that you mention it, yes, I did see him.
Huh? Really?
Oh, but I suppose only Makoto knows about this. The rest of you had no idea, did you? That is why you're all making such ugly noises.
Whatever! Just hurry up and tell us!
It was last night, right before nighttime. I saw Chihiro in the dormitory warehouse. I saw him stuffing a track jacket into a duffel bag. And then, I assume, he headed off to exercise.
A track jacket and a duffel bag? But we didn't find anything like that at the murder scene.
No, it's disappeared.
It seems likely that the culprit destroyed them to get rid of any evidence.
And that is when he said something that struck me as rather odd.
Well, I better get going. I'm kind of in a hurry.
Chihiro told me he was in a hurry. But why would he be in a hurry? Only if someone were waiting for him, I should think.
Possible, yeah?
So, Mr. Fujisaki was on his way to meet with someone, and then they were going to work out together?
But Hina and I had invited him to exercise with us plenty of times, and he always declined.
So it... unless, I don't know, based on the hint so far, it must have been a male character then who he was exercising with.
Probably because he was afraid you'd find out the secret he was hiding, right?
Which means that conversely, he must have trusted whoever he was meeting with very much. Enough so that he was willing to risk his secret being revealed.
Yeah.
Oh, what a marvelous friendship!
The point is, whoever he met up with is the culprit, right? So we just gotta figure out who it was.
Possible?
But knowing what we know, I can't even guess.
No. You already have what you need to make the connection.
You're confident?
Huh?
You know who the killer is.
Ah, do I?
Seriously?
Who is it? Who's the killer?
Think back to the track jacket and duffel bag the killer disposed of.
Okay.
Focus on the details of these items, and it should become obvious who was waiting for him.
Are you sure about that? You really think we can figure out who did it based on 2 pieces of evidence that we don't have?
Do you know, is there something about them?
What? You want to track down some fingerprints or something?
Even if we had the equipment for that, we wouldn't know how to use it.
Now, hang on people, can we just hear her out?
As was noted, the evidence is already gone. There's nothing to get fingerprints from.
Maybe, but we can make certain inferences if we just take the time to talk it out.
Yeah, exactly. Come on. I want to hear what you have to say.
Easy for you to say, but fine. Celeste, did you notice anything special about the bag or jacket?
The bag was just a normal duffel bag from the warehouse. All the bags in there are the same, so I can't imagine what would make that one special.
Well, if I remember right, there was a decent variety of tracksuits to choose from. Do you think there might be some connection between the culprit and Chihiro's jacket?
Perhaps. Let's explore that and talk a bit more about the jacket he took.
Okay. Does it really hold some clue about the killer? Somehow it's really hard to believe. Huh. So what truth bullet do I have here? Celeste's account again.
First of all, we know where Chihiro was headed.
Yeah.
He was on his way to go exercise.
Yes.
So next we have to ask, why did he choose the specific tracksuit that he did?
What do you mean, the specific tracksuit?
I got it! He picked that tracksuit because it matched the one the culprit was wearing.
Right.
So, what you're saying is, the killer was wearing the same blue tracksuit as him? My tracksuit is black.
I don't even have a tracksuit. 'Cause exercising sucks.
Of course.
I have a white tracksuit personally. I got it from the warehouse, if you must know.
Did any of that really help us get any closer to figuring out who the culprit is?
No way. Not a chance.
You heard him, right? What he just said without even realizing it?
So what he said now, what did he say? Hang on, let me...
First of all, we
He
know
said
where
he.
Chihiro was headed.
So it's one of the guys
He
I
was
have to
on
listen
his way
to.
to go exercise.
Yeah.
So next we have to ask,
Why did he choose?
What do you mean, the specific tracksuit?
I got it! He picked that track, it matched the one the culprit...
So, what you're saying is, the killer was wearing the same blue tracksuit as him? My tracksuit is black.
I don't even have a tracksuit. 'Cause exercising sucks.
I have a white tracksuit personally. I got it from the warehouse, if you must know.
Did any of that really help us get any close?
No way. Not a chance.
Okay, let me think this through. I think I might have picked
First of
up
all,
on it, but I'm
Blippi
not
was on
sure.
his way, so next week, why did he choose?
What do you mean, this?
I got it! It matched the one the culprit was wearing!
So, what you're saying is, the killer was wearing the same blue tracksuit as...
That one.
No, that's wrong.
How do you know that it's blue, Mondo? Celeste didn't say anything about the
Hold on
colour.
a second, Mondo. What did you just say?
Yeah, how do you know it's blue? Nobody said anything about the colour of it.
Huh? What'd I say?
When Celeste testified a few minutes ago, she said...
Took me a second or two to see that, but... I saw him stuffing a tack jacket into a duffel bag, yeah. And then I assume he headed off to exercise. Yeah, she didn't say anything about the colour.
She never said anything about the jacket's color. So why did you say Chihiro's blue tracksuit?
What are you... You just...
So that was your game, was it, Kyoko? You were going to try and lure him out. Or the killer out, rather. Him. Well, I think the hint is that it's a him, isn't it? So... Could it be Mondo? Dunno.
Hey, Celeste. What color was Chihiro's tracksuit?
As a matter of fact, it was blue.
And before we began the trial, did you tell anyone that?
The only one I told about any of this was you.
Then, Mondo, how did you know what color Chihiro's tracksuit was?
Oh.
Because I just...
I'm sure he saw the clothes at some point in the investigation.
No, that can't be it. The bag and clothes were surely disposed of by the time we began our investigation.
Then the only reason he could have known what color the tracksuit was is if he saw Cherry with it before he died! That's the only possibility!
Cherry? Is that what you're calling Chihiro now?
Cherry? Are you talking about Chihiro?
So, how about it? Did you see the tracksuit or didn't you?
Look at that. Look at her tongue. How's her tongue looping around like that?
Just by chance. I just happened to see it last night. He walked past me, and he was carrying the tracksuit in his hands.
No, that can't be it either. According to Celeste's testimony...
She stuffs the jacket into her bag in a hurry. It was almost like she was trying to hide it. And just like that, she was gone.
When Celeste noticed it, Chihiro made a point of making sure the jacket was completely in the bag. If you just ran into him briefly, you couldn't possibly have seen what color the tracksuit was.
Ah, good clue there. Took me a second or two to realise, of course, colour. But yeah, it's a good clue.
Yeah.
It would appear you've dug your own grave.
Perhaps. But you handed him the shovel, didn't you? That's
Yeah.
why you said what you did.
Yeah, she lured him in.
Focus on the tracksuit and it'll be obvious who he met with? What a bunch of nonsense.
Ah, now I understand. It was all one big bluff, wasn't it? Your true
Yes.
intention was to draw a slip of the tongue from the culprit. That's why you said you knew who did it, to put them on edge.
That's right. However, Mondo was my target all along. I had my suspicions about him from the very beginning.
Did you? Wait, is there some evidence that you're going to reveal now?
But why? What made you so suspicious?
That's a good question.
Oh. Because I hate him. The way he talked. The way he was acting. Can't surely be the bottom one. That's got to be a red herring completely. This one? No, not that one.
There was a certain turning point that tipped me off.
Okay.
Maybe you didn't notice it, Mondo, but you tend to refer to men and women differently.
Oh?
You only call guys dude. For girls, it's chick. And after he was killed, you happened to refer to him as dude.
Oh?
Once I
what?
picked up on that, it occurred to me that Mondo knew something we didn't.
You noticed such a tiny detail?
Did he call her dude?
Are you a witch? She's a witch! You're positively frightful!
No, I'm not the frightful one.
Maybe he did call her dude, now that I think about it. Holy crap. Is it really going to hinge on that tiny little detail?
Not nearly as frightful as someone capable of murdering a friend.
Mondo, was it really you? Did you really kill Chihiro?
I didn't kill anyone! You've been all over me, judging everything I say, putting words in my mouth. What gives you the right to treat me like a goddamn criminal?
Yeah! He would never do something like that! This is a false accusation!
Oh yeah, I forgot, you two are bros.
It's true. My reasoning on that is pretty shaky.
That was fast.
Well, this does present us with a problem. It seems we are all out of leads.
My time has nearly come.
Oh yeah, you said you had something. Something you were going to talk about in the trial. Are you now going to reveal it?
That's what my little ghost friend is telling me.
What?
Oh yeah, that reminds me. Hifumi, weren't you telling me you'd found some evidence?
Really? What kind of evidence?
Come on, tell us.
Actually, now that I'm thinking about it here calmly, it might not be all that relevant.
Doesn't matter, just tell us.
Jeez, does your confidence just get up and walk away? It's fine, man. Just tell us.
If you really insist, then... Here it is.
Is this Chihiro's handbook?
What do you have there?
It happens to be an e-handbook. I found it laying on the ground, so I scooped it up.
Found it on the ground, right? Then it must belong to Chihiro?
I got it! We know Chihiro's handbook was missing from the scene of the crime, right?
For a fact.
Yeah.
For a fact indeed. I was totally sure I'd found it.
Then it must hold some clue about the culprit, right?
Maybe, maybe not, I don't know.
Well, that's what I was hoping. But it's busted. It won't even turn on.
Oh. It's kind of like the other one, Leon's.
I imagine the culprit broke it to get rid of any evidence after the murder.
That's odd. I didn't think the handbooks were quite so fragile.
Yeah. Monokuma's quite emphatic that it's difficult to damage them, so... Is there some way of getting them to stop working that we've not thought of?
You're right. They're not. They're totally waterproof and shock resistant. It would take an awful lot to break one.
And yet, this one does appear to be broken, as is Leon's, sitting useless in the main hall. For all your confidence, that is a remarkably high failure rate.
Do you think there might be some kind of mystery in there somewhere? How precisely did the handbooks get broken?
It's a good question. How did the handbook break? There's only one possible explanation. By exploiting a bug, by hacking it, by hitting its weak point. Well, it can't be hacking it, because I think Monokuma was very emphatic that it would set off a siren, wouldn't it? Hitting its weak point. I haven't been told if there's a weak point on it, because it said it's shock resistant. So, by exploiting a bug, maybe? Maybe it hasn't got... No? Too bad for you, but those things have been debugged to hell and back. We can't afford a recall. This is just delete the possibility of a bug then. So it's not that. How did the handbook break? Well, maybe it is this then, because you can't hack it, so...
I got it!
Okay, it was this one.
You already told us before that the handbook has one weak point, didn't you?
You remember that? Sure, maybe I let that slip, but I never told anyone what the weak point actually was.
Oh, did you say this?
But if the handbook is supposed to never break, and two of them broke in quick succession, then...
I'm trying to remember, when did he say that? He must have said it very early on, when he was giving them to us, or something, I don't know.
Then we can only assume that someone's figured out its weakness.
Okay.
You know what the weakness is, right, Monokuma? So, what is it?
You're asking me?
I think it's a necessary piece of information if you want this to be a fair trial.
But if I tell you, and someone else decides to copy it, that would be very not good.
Just tell us already! Why would we want to break our own handbooks?
Oh well, I have a weakness for pushy demands. But you're sure you won't follow their example?
What could this weakness be? Because shock resistant, waterproofed, they don't have bugs, you can't hack them. What else would it be?
Then allow me to make a special announcement.
Okay, you're going to tell us.
The weak point of my cutting-edge e-handbook is... when it's exposed to high temperatures for too long, it will suffer a meltdown and totally break!
I flippin' knew it!
You knew it?
Yeah, because I found the handbook laying on the floor of the sauna.
Ah! Hang on a second. We know two people who've been in the sauna. Mondo and Kiyotaka. Ah, Mondo. You have something you need to address here.
The temperature in the sauna can reach over 200 degrees. Strange how you don't get burnt, huh? It's because as your sweat evaporates, it creates a cooling layer of air around your skin.
Okay, 1 second. I think my phone just rang. I'll see you in a second, everybody. Okay, I'm back. Oh man, sorry about that, everybody. Yeah, phone was just ringing. I couldn't quite hear it because of the freaking volume of the music. Thing is, I think my freaking... Let's have a look. Hang on. Let me show you here. Options. Look at that. My background music volume is right down low and it's still quite loud. So yeah, I couldn't quite hear it. But, without further ado, let's keep going. So, talking about the sauna.
If the hot air of the sauna were somehow pushed directly onto your skin, you'd definitely get fried. That layer of air would get blown away. That's why you may feel a burning when you move around. So when you're in a sauna, make sure to keep nice and still.
I give you a science lesson, Monokuma.
Wow, interesting. I learned one new fact today.
That is a mere trifling speck of knowledge.
Anyway, if you found the victim's handbook in the sauna...
Okay, so the handbooks can be affected by heat. Right, so did Mondo find this out?
Then the killer must have been purposely trying to raise its temperature in order to break it.
Meaning the culprit somehow knew its weakness.
I mean, it could either be... Well, Mondo obviously is the prime suspect now. Kiyotaka, would he? I don't know. Unless... I don't know.
But how'd they find out? Monokuma said he didn't tell anyone, right?
This is assuming, I mean... If Mondo found out the heat, that must mean he must have taken his e-handbook into the sauna. Or Kiyotaka took his, or so, I don't know. But then wouldn't that mean that his own handbook would be broken?
Indeed. Quite the mystery.
Unless... hang on, let me think this through. So hang on. How would Leon's handbook have broken them? Because Leon's handbook hasn't been in the sauna, has it? So... Obviously it can't be a blunt physical impact that destroyed it. Like with the baseballs, but... So... Maybe the one that we think is Leon's maybe isn't Leon's at all. Maybe that's actually someone else's. Mondo's, perhaps? I don't know, I'm speculating a bit here, but...
What if they found out by accident?
What do you mean by accident?
What if the killer took their own handbook into the sauna, not knowing its weakness, and it broke? They'd realize it was broken, of course, and it wouldn't be hard to figure out why. And once they had Chihiro's handbook, they knew they had an easy way to dispose of it.
Do we have a way of verifying this?
I won't say it's not possible, but who would have done something like that?
Well, there's obviously two guys who've been in the sauna.
I don't know of anyone who took their handbook into the sauna.
I might know someone who did.
Whoa! Seriously?
I think the one who may have taken their handbook into the sauna was...
Mondo? Oh, he don't like this. Who might have brought their handbook into the sauna? Had to be the one who wore all their clothes. Okay, Mondo then. Mondo, where are you? Yeah, there you are.
Here's my answer.
Because Kiyotaka didn't have all his clothes on, he just had the
Mondo,
towel.
your handbook got broken in the sauna, didn't it?
What?
Why? Why do you keep accusing him?
Mondo and Taka had an endurance contest in the sauna not too long ago, remember?
Yeah. Yeah, see?
And for the contest, Mondo just so happened to keep his school uniform on.
Bit of man service again for all you female viewers out there.
But little did he realize, he'd also left his handbook in one of his uniform pockets. And when it was all over, Mondo discovered that taking your handbook into the sauna could easily destroy it.
No, wait, hold on. You've got it all wrong. He would never kill. I don't accept this. Show me the proof. The actual solid proof.
I mean, I don't want to believe it either, but I found something that proves it beyond a shadow of a doubt. Okay. What's our truth bullet? Oh, we've got 3 possible ones. I'd read a broken handbook.
Let's test Makoto's assertion. If what he says is correct, then Mondo, you broke your own handbook.
In other words, if Mondo's handbook is actually broken, then that proves that what Makoto said is right.
Well, my goddamn handbook works just fine!
See? Look! Makoto was wrong after all! Mondo wouldn't hurt a fly!
Does your handbook work fine, Mondo? Sure as Mondo's handbook broke during the sauna showdown. If I can just prove that, that will show that the handbook Mondo has must actually be... is it Leon's handbook? It could be.
Let's test Makoto. If what he said you broke your own, in other words, if then that proves...
Well, my goddamn handbook works just fine!
Yes.
No, that's wrong!
Yeah.
Mondo, the handbook you have right now, is it really yours?
Or is it Leon's? And that broken handbook we found in the mailbox with Byakuya, is that actually yours?
The fuck is that supposed to mean?
The broken handbook that was in the main hall.
Which we couldn't open, so we can't verify whose it is.
Isn't that one actually yours?
What the heck are you talking about?
What I mean is, I think Mondo swapped his handbook out for one that actually works. I think he took Leon's handbook and replaced it with his own. After all, Monokuma said himself that Leon's handbook never should have broken.
Yeah.
That's right! The punishment it suffered wasn't nearly enough to destroy it.
So then, the broken handbook in the main hall is actually Mondo's, which would mean that the handbook Mondo has right now is actually Leon's, yes?
So if we get him to open it, will it flash up Leon's name like it did with Sayaka's?
But doesn't that violate the school regulation that says loaning out your handbook is prohibited?
It's because it's not loaning, you're borrowing it.
Well, here's how I look at it. There is a rule about loaning your handbook to another student, but if they're dead, they're not a student. It's kind of a gray area, I admit. But no worries. If anything, it just makes things more interesting. As such, I decree that exchanging handbooks with a corpse is not a violation of the rules.
Well, Mondo, if I'm wrong about this, you're welcome to say so.
Yeah, show us your handbook. See whose it is.
I'm happy to admit I made a mistake, but...
Son of a bitch!
What's wrong, bro? Come on! Tell him he's wrong! You are wrong! You have to be wrong! Everything you just said is wrong! You made it all up!
Okay, then why don't we look back on this case one more time, from the beginning?
Okay, are we going to have the cartoon strip
That
thing?
way, everything will become clear, and we'll all see if I was right or wrong.
I probably just triggered a load of manga enthusiasts. I'm sorry, the manga strip, I should say, not cartoon strip. Oh dear. Yeah, closing argument. Okay, right. So, there she is, putting the things in the duffel bag. Then she sees Celeste. Whoop, careful. What do we got down here? That's the poster, that's the sauna. Poster, duffel bag. Hang on, how do I... No, that's wrong again. Oh, I've fucked up. I fucked it. Oh, damn it. Nobody believes me. Nobody wants to hear what I have to say. Uh-oh, have we already come to the end of it? Jesus. Some of these ones it's slotting in feel really random. Well then, the class round is officially adjourned. Now it's time to reveal who's the blackened. Yeah, they're going to fucking get it wrong, clearly. It would appear that the one with the most votes is Makoto, of course. Endgame. However, Makoto is not the blackened. Too bad. Looks like the real killer gets to congratulations. That's a spelling mistake there. To them. On the other hand, everyone else must now be punished.
Is this really the end for all of us?
What do you say? You want to give it another shot? Yeah.
I
Go on.
refuse to give up yet. The killer is you. After all, Sayaka and Junko's handbooks had been placed using one of those.
Okay, is that one?
And that's exactly how the killer did it. With the carpet and the poster they brought with them, they got to work. They changed the layout of the boys' and girls' locker room in what you might call a crime scene switch. That could have been the end of things, but no. Byakuya discovered the body and decided to intervene in the situation, making things even more complicated.
That's right.
So, after stumbling on the crime scene, he went and grabbed the extension cord from the library, and then he got to work. He used the cord to string up Chihiro's lifeless body.
Correct, bloodlust, yeah.
Then, using the victim's own blood, he left a grisly message there at the scene of the crime. He wanted to create the illusion that Genocide Jack was responsible for the slaughter. And around the same time that Byakuya was putting together this facade, the killer, having already disposed of Chihiro's bag and other belongings, arrived at the sauna. There, they planned to destroy the last piece of evidence, Chihiro's handbook. And just as the killer expected, the steamy sauna was enough to ruin the electronic gadget. Somehow, the killer knew that the handbook couldn't stand up to the heat of the sauna. And the reason they knew that is because the sauna had already wrecked their own handbook. And that's how it all played out.
Okay, we got there in the end. So it was Mondo.
Isn't that right, Mondo Orada?
Damn, God. I'll probably jump cut a load of stuff out of that, but boy, took me a while to get that. Basically, yeah, it had a load of panels which I didn't actually use, so I was getting confused. I think I had to slot them all in, but there weren't enough spaces. Yeah, I've got to look more carefully at them, and more carefully at what the other panels are, because there's some there that, you know, are identical to panels that were already in there. So obviously they're red herring panels, ones to confuse me. I see.
Wait! No, this can't be right. Where's your evidence? Yeah, where's your evidence?
We just presented it, mate.
You need evidence! You need proof! Without any proof, you can't pin any of this on him!
Evidence that Mondo is the killer, that already revealed itself earlier in the trial. If I can somehow show where Mondo's handbook is right now, once I do that, everything will become clear. Well, ask him to show it. New element has been added to bullet time battles. Would you like to hear more? Okay. Let's talk a little bit about fever time and nega time. During a bullet time battle, if you press the space key, fever time will activate and the tempo will be forced to its max. At this point, even if you push the buttons at random, you won't miss. So you can push RMB, LMB, RMB, LMB, however you want to destroy the opponent's verbal assault. But this only lasts until your focus gauge runs out, so make the best possible use of your time. Of course, it wouldn't be fair if only you got access to special time, right? So we've also prepared something called nega time that your opponent can use. If the opponent activates nega time during the bullet time battle, your tempo marker will disappear, making it quite a bit tougher to hit the buttons in rhythm. If you want to activate fever time at this point, no, never mind. I'm sure nothing would happen. I don't know what I was worried about. Unsurprisingly, if your action difficulty is set to gentle, yeah, they won't use nega time. Good luck, have fun. Okay, is it this one, the moment of truth? Yeah, we're doing it with him because he won't accept it.
Show me some evidence! You're wrong! I won't listen! I refute you! False!
Okay, go on.
Show me some evidence!
Shit.
I won't listen! False!
Just keep up with the
I
rhythm.
refuse to vote! Show me some
Tempo up.
evidence!
Oh shit.
You're wrong! I won't listen! I refute you!
Okay.
False!
What am I doing here?
Show me some evidence!
What is happening?
I won't listen!
Shit.
False!
I don't know what I'm doing.
You're corrupt!
Okay, I think...
I refuse to vote! I refute you!
Final strike.
Show me some evidence!
This should prove it.
I have no idea what just happened there, but whatever. I don't really get that mechanic.
If my thinking so far is right, Mondo must have replaced his broken handbook with Leon's. In which case, we can just check each of our handbooks right now. Once we do that, we'll...
We don't gotta do that.
Oh?
Huh?
Yeah. Yeah. I did it. I killed him.
Oh, you're just gonna admit it? Like that? Oh, okay. Court results. Yeah, I got a B there. Yeah, still got an A overall, though. How many monocoins do I get? Hello. Ah! 82! Well, actually, I already had 6, so yeah. Wow. Oh, there you go. 76 monocoins. Nice.
Bro! What are you saying?
I got no choice, man. After hearing all that, I gotta just... give up. Go ahead, Monokuma. Get it over with. Ask for the goddamn verdict.
Roger that!
Wait! Hold on!
No waiting! No holding on! Time for the moment we've all been waiting for! Grab your lever and give it a yank! Who will you elect as the Blackened this time around? Will you make the right choice or the dreadfully wrong one? What's it gonna be? What's it gonna be?
Oh, Mondo. You're fucked. Time to vote. You get that freaking fruit machine going. Got flowers and bouquets and plenty of coins. Lovely.
What?
Uh-oh, this time it looks like you got it right again. Yes, it is so. The Blackened that killed Chihiro Fujisaki was... Mondo Awada! Oh boy. ...
Unbelievable.
In case you're wondering, the vote was not unanimous. Kiyotaka chose the wrong answer. Yeah, I imagined he would. You're treading very close to the danger zone, Mr. Ishimaru. You need to be more careful. What? I refuse to believe it. There's no way he would kill someone.
Sorry.
Sorry.
What is this?
Why are you apologising? Why? Why? Why did you do it?
Now then.
Well, it looks like Mondo's taken a vow of silence, so allow me to explain on his behalf.
Actually...
The story of the murder this time is the sad story of 2 men. Oh, but for anyone who doesn't really want to hear it, you can hit the control key to fast forward the text. No, I want to hear it. Anyway, there was once a young boy, and his name was Chihiro Fujisaki. He had an extreme inferiority complex regarding his own lack of strength. You're so weak even though you're a boy. He'd heard things like that as long as he could remember, and he couldn't overcome his weakness. On the contrary, he tried to hide, and buried himself further and further into that weakness, to take on the fragile form of a petite young girl. He had chosen that as his way out. Now nobody will be able to say anything about even though you're a boy. But no matter how tightly he wrapped himself up in that shell, the inferiority complex had already taken root deep inside of him, and he was not so easily weeded out. As it turned out, the shell was completely empty. The complex didn't disappear. Instead, it only grew stronger and stronger. I'm weak.
Weak.
weak, 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 weak.
Once the killing game had begun here at school, he had no choice but to accept this fact. After all, this world is survival of the fittest. If you're not strong, you don't survive. And then the lovely and hateful Monokuma announced the revealing of the embarrassing secrets, which of course included Chihiro's embarrassing secret, which I was more than willing to divulge. Even though he dresses like a girl, Chihiro's actually a boy.
Hey,
And that was something Chihiro couldn't let anyone find out, no matter the cost. If that was revealed, it would be the end. The hardened shell would crack, the armour would fall away. Without a doubt, those around him would torture him more than ever before. Everyone figured being thrust into such a dilemma must have sent him spiralling into despair.
What?
And yet...
I'm sorry.
I don't really want to talk about it right now.
But...
But I also don't want to leave things the way they are, so maybe I can talk about it later. After I try my best to become strong, then I can tell everyone. Annoyingly, he used the threat of discovery to motivate himself to become stronger.
That's right.
Now's my chance.
I want to change.
I'm going to get stronger and accept who I am. Strong enough so that when someone says, even though you're a boy, I'll be okay. I'll get better. With that thought at the front of his mind, he resolved to take immediate action. And so... that day, he made the commitment to begin exercising. He was prepared to retrain his mind and body. But sadly, that would be the first and only chance he would get at it.
Hey,
When he decided to start exercising, he thought it would be good to ask for someone's help. But he wanted to tell that person his secret first, and then ask them to help him from there. And the person he went to...
Yeah, that's right.
It was me. Yep, it sure was. The biker gang fellow had been painfully clear about how important his manly promises were. So Chihiro probably figured that even if he confided in Mondo, his honour would make him keep the secret.
uh-huh.
Plus, Mr. Macho Mondo was the very symbol of a strong man that Chihiro had always aspired to. Maybe talking to Mondo about it will help me give me some courage. So he... oh. That's probably Monokuma speaking, not Chihiro. So he went and asked Mondo to help him become strong. That was his aspiration. And he thought that only with Mondo's support would he ever be able to come close to that.
Correct.
So then, that must be why Mondo did what he did. To keep the promise he'd made to Chihiro. Huh? Did what he did? You mean... that's why Mondo carried Chihiro from the boys' locker room into the girls' locker room?
Indeed.
Yes, that's exactly what I mean. Well, wasn't that to cover up what he'd done?
Certainly.
That could have been part of it, but I don't think it was the main reason. The real purpose was to keep the promise between men he'd made to Chihiro.
But...
how does moving the body keep his secret?
Because
if everyone knew he'd been killed in the boys' locker room, then everyone would have been arguing about how she got into the boys' locker room, right? Once that started up, at least a few of us would have immediately begun to suspect his identity, so... he tried to protect Chihiro's secret by putting him in the girls' locker room and stealing his handbook. See? Then Mondo did all that to keep the promise he'd made to Chihiro, who he'd also killed? Why? Why would he do that? The more I hear you talk, the more I don't understand. I mean, you guys trusted each other, right? So why? Why did you... Because, no matter what, I didn't want anyone to know.
I knew it.
So that's what triggered it after all. Secrets. The possibility of having your embarrassing memories and secrets exposed.
What is this?
That's impossible. Nothing could have been that bad. Something he didn't want anyone to know, even if it meant killing someone?
You're wrong!
It's impossible.
Don't make me repeat myself.
How many times must I repeat myself? To judge others by your own standard is the height of folly. Even if you can't comprehend it, he obviously can. That's all there is to it. Well, while we're on the subject, why don't I tell you? That embarrassing memory, that secret he didn't want anyone to know.
Hey,
You know what Mondo did? He killed his own brother. Oh. Gonna get more flashbacks here, baby. Mondo, the ultimate biker gang leader, makes all the hoodlums and riffraff across the country tremble. But the only reason he had the chance to join a gang in the first place was because of a certain someone. Mondo's older brother's name was Daya Awada. Mondo had nothing but respect for him. It was because of Daya that Mondo ever got on a motorcycle. I hope I'm not butchering that name there. I am pronouncing it right. Am I? Don't know. Look at that intensity. Mondo's brother was his only family growing up. He was the only one Mondo could trust or respect. He wanted to measure up to his big brother, so he imitated him in everything he did. Oh god. My voice is going with this voice acting. I hope this episode wraps up soon. I want to see the execution. That's what I want to see before I wrap up. Mondo was the epitome of the starry-eyed kid brother. Meanwhile, the charismatic older brother had put together a local motorcycle gang. And before anyone knew it, it had grown into the biggest biker gang in the country. Daya, the older brother, #1 in the gang, and his #2, his younger brother Mondo. In the beginning, everything was peaches and gravy. Okay, I'm going to jump cut here. I need a glass of water. This voice is going to make my throat pack in. See you in a second, everybody. Okay, I'm back. Just keep on going. But when Mondo started to think about how he would have to take over the gang from his brother someday, his brother's greatness, his reputation began to gnaw on Mondo's very soul. The kid's going to take over Daya, huh? Daya created this gang with his bare hands. Mondo's just along for the ride. Can someone like that really be our leader? All that'll do is make the gang look bad. Almost every day, Mondo heard the gossip and whispers of the other members of the gang. Which is why...
I just...
I gotta get stronger. Stronger than Daya. Once. Just one time. No matter what, I gotta win.
Don't fuck with me.
I don't care what it takes. I gotta come out on top. And on the night of his amazing brother's retirement ceremony, Mondo challenged him to a street race. But during the race, tragedy struck. Uh-oh. The kid brother pushed ahead with his reckless abandon, eager for victory, and dashed into oncoming traffic. But suddenly... Oh. Oh dear. Yeah. Laying in his kid brother's arms, the older brother delivered his final words. My bad, kid. I fucked up. Sorry. Of course he knew it was his brother's fault, but Daya never blamed him for what happened. Hey kid, the rest is up to you. No matter what, you've got to keep the gang together. Because it's the team, you and me, put together. It's a promise between men. Oh god. Oh, these voices. They're really knackering my throat. Oh boy. So that's Mondo's tragic secret. He decided to hide the truth of what happened from everyone else in the gang, in order to keep the gang together and keep the promise to his brother. He could never admit to anyone that it was his own weakness that had caused the accident. And as a result, the team was made even stronger under the banner of the kid who'd bested his big brother. Daya was going to lose to his kid brother, so he got stupid and got himself killed. That became the explanation for what happened. Mondo's lie became the truth. He wanted to lead the team so bad, he was willing to tell all kinds of lies about his brother.
I'm
strong. Strong. And yet... Oh, wait, it's Monokuma. And yet... As soon as our killing game began, he realised. No matter how tough he pretended to be, he was just another weakling that could die in an instant. And then the lovely, the hateful Monokuma announced the revealing of the embarrassing secrets. And at that point, it was clear I would have no problem shedding light on his secret. Mondo killed his own older brother. No matter what, I couldn't let the other gang members find out. If that happened, everything would have been ruined. Everything me and my brother had worked to create would have been destroyed. His death, all the guilt I've been carrying around, it all would have been for nothing. So that's why... Mondo, after I saw what Monokuma had on me, my head filled up with a kind of fuzzy uneasiness and just started swirling around. I never felt anything like it before.
I
didn't know what to do about it. I wasn't sure what to think or say, but after a while, that fuzzy uneasiness turned itself into a rock-hard lump of anxiety way down in my stomach. And it was right around then that Chihiro asked me to start working out with him. And right there, he told me a secret. Seriously? Jesus!
I'm sorry.
Yeah, I'm sorry I lied to you. But why? Why now? Why are you telling me this all of a sudden?
Huh?
Because, I mean, you've kept that secret all this time, right? If anyone found out, you would...
But...
You're right, but...
I want to change.
I wrap myself in lies. I'm weak. I want to destroy that version of me forever. His words were like a knife in my gut. Felt like he was exposing the lie I'd been living myself. I have to change. I don't want to be weak anymore. You're so strong, it can't hurt you, right? Whatever secret Monokuma might tell us.
You piece of...
So what? You saying I should just say it?
What?
Saying if I really am, I should just be able to tell everyone my secret?
Huh?
I was jealous. I was jealous of Chihiro's strength. He had the strength to face his own weakness, to try and overcome it. It was the kind of strength I'd never had. So I was jealous of him. And that jealousy broke me.
What?
Are you making fun of me? I'm strong. Are you fucking with me right now?
No!
I'm not making fun of you. You really are strong, Mondo. I felt like I could hear something starting to creak. Something inside my head. What did we want me to do? What was I supposed to do? Was I supposed to just sit back, let my secret get revealed and ruin everything?
What's wrong?
Damn you!
Why did you have to tell me all that? Are you trying to rub my failure in my face?
I just wanted to...
I just really admire you. Admire your strength.
Yeah, that's right.
That's right. I am strong. Strong. I'm strong. Strong. Stronger than you.
You son of a bitch!
I'm stronger than Daya! I don't remember anything after that. When I woke up again, he was laying at my feet, covered in blood. I had the dumbbell in my hand and I was just staring at him, down on the ground. Hey!
I killed him.
Okay, he's gonna say that for me.
I killed Chihiro. Even after all this time, I'm still just as weak as I've always been. And thanks to that, I did something I can never take back.
Oh, he's guilt-tripping. Mondo, well, guilt-tripping himself, that is. He was normally so aggressive, so angry. He hid that weak side away from everyone. That was his secret. A weakness like that lived in a heart like his, and it turned him cold-blooded. God damn it! Look at him, you see? You're all just like him. For a secret from the past, for a memory. For that, he killed another living human in cold blood. He couldn't cut free of his regrets from the outside world. He doesn't know what true strength is. Do you see hope anywhere in there? Because I sure don't. You bastard! Just shut up, you son of a bitch! Go ahead, say that again, I dare you!
Yep.
Okay, I'll say it as many times as I want, is what I want to say, but... Unfortunately, I can't do that right now, because the time for punishing is fast approaching. Punishing?
It can't be.
You mean execution?
Well now.
That's what I promised you, right? The blackened that deserves the peace will be punished.
Ridiculous.
Hold on.
Now then, I prepared a very special punishment.
For Mondo Owada, the ultimate biker gang leader. No, wait.
Let's give it everything we've got. It's punishment time!
Okay. I said wait! No, he's pretty much accepted it, Mondo. Mondo has, rather.
Sorry, man. I couldn't keep the promise we made. From one man to another.
Oh dear. What's he got in store for Mondo? Game over. He's been found guilty. Time for the punishment. Oh, it's going to be a motorcycle theme one, clearly. Monokuma in his little hairstyle. Oh. What the? Circus? Oh. Is it like one of these motorcycle cages like in the Simpsons movie? Cage of Death, of course. I'll shut up and let it roll. Oh, he's not there. Did he like electrify the cage or something? Oh. What the? Oh, what? Mondo butter? Oh, that's kind of disturbing. And then Monokuma's just got these little pancakes there. Oh, wow. So, wait, what happened there? Did he electrify to the point where he liquefied? Ugh. Ugh, God. It's a bit nasty. Laugh at death and your soul will forever be at peace. It can't be. My brother. Another murder and another execution. I want to feel again. Everyone's lives are taken so lightly here. I feel like I might be going mad. Maybe I'll just let it happen. Jesus. Sorry, buddy, your bro's dead. As Tarka's sad screams invaded our skulls, we were each forced to realise once again. But he, of course he had to. What a disappointment. This is the end of the game. Byakuya?
What is this?
You're completely insane, you know that? A game? One of our friends is dead, do you realise that?
Naturally.
Of course I do, because this game is life or death.
Hey.
I don't have anything to say to you. I don't have a response except that...
However...
I just don't understand why. Why did you go out of your way to disguise Mondo's crime? Yeah, this is a big question that's not been answered here.
What?
Why? Isn't it obvious? Because it made things more interesting. His voice was calm, emotionless, like the voice of death. It chilled me to the bone. God, you are a bit of a psycho, aren't you, Byakuya? Last night, when the murder took place, I was in the library as usual.
Honestly.
So you ignored the nighttime rule too. That rule never mattered to me. I don't recall agreeing to it.
There is nothing to be done.
Well, I don't particularly care. Please continue. The night grew late, and I decided to return to my room, which is when I stumbled upon him. I spotted Mondo coming out of the girls' locker room. After he'd gone, I looked inside and saw the corpse.
What?
What? You mean you actually witnessed the murder? He was such a fool. He didn't have the slightest idea that I'd seen him.
Well...
So you're saying you knew who the culprit was from the very beginning?
That's right.
Indeed. But if that had been the end of it, how boring would that have been? I mean, what a waste of time to have the answer revealed right at the beginning. Which is why I decided to lend a little helping hand. Oh, you psycho. This guy, yeah, literally is trying to make entertainment out of it. I thought it would liven things up. You did all that to liven things up?
I see.
So after hearing about Genocide Jack from Toko, you decided to use that to create the fake murder scene? But damn, man, if we hadn't figured out who'd really done it, you would have been dead too, right? Well, obviously I would have revealed the truth before it reached that point. Of course. Byakuya turned and looked me in the eye. I could feel his sharp eyes piercing into me. Thanks to a certain remarkable someone, it never did, and I was able to perform an interesting experiment.
Interesting.
Once I do decide to become blackened, now I know who I'll have to watch out for. What do you mean, once you decide to become blackened? What?
Correct.
So that was your reason. Are you satisfied?
Indeed.
Yes, we're done listening to your story. Moving on.
Hey.
There's something I'd like to ask Monokuma.
What's this?
Ooh, I'm up next!
You
like to perform these elaborate executions each time, correct? My question is, why? Do you like them? But you know, this punishment, this despair, is not just for you. All this punishment, all this despair is my gift to mankind itself.
What?
You're over-exaggerating. I am not over-exaggerating. These punishments are meant to transform all hope to despair.
Damn.
What do you mean?
Huh?
Mean? Mean? Mean?
What the heck?
Mean.
Damn it!
Good grief, I don't understand why you have to pick apart every stupid little thing. Whatever, it doesn't matter. In the end, I'm going to stand alone as the victor, and then everything will be revealed to me.
Ooh, how exciting!
The noble son of a noble family. Truly, you understand me. I think this is the start of a terrifying friendship.
That's enough.
Shut up. I would never stoop to the level of a childish criminal like you. Let me just say this. After I have achieved complete victory, you're up next. I'm going to find you and kill you, understand?
In the name of my family.
In the name of the Tagami family, for which victory is a foregone conclusion.
You're getting all riled up!
Oh, it's cool. It's like you're the main character of a video game or something. No trash mob for you. I swear, whatever it takes, I will kill you. Temper. Sounds like someone needs a nap. Okay. Monokuma's laughter peeled across the courtroom, and the curtain closed on the case of Chihiro Mondo. But I knew that wasn't the end. The killing game would still continue, because the mastermind wouldn't let it end. For those of us who were still alive, our worst fear and despair kept on multiplying. It was a kind of despair that felt like a blind puppy in hell had more of a future than us. All of our courage, our effort, our friendship, it felt like it amounted to nothing at all. It was the worst kind of despair. Okay. Oh, what the?
Well, anyway, like I was saying,
What's going on here?
this is a pretty good spot. Yeah, a really good spot. Anyway, isn't it amazing how that girl went and killed someone before things even had a chance to get boring?
What?
Once things really get moving, it'll be like a roller coaster. There won't be any stopping it. Fear and despair charge forward at a speed nothing can hope to match. But I must admit, I'm disappointed. I went to all the pain and effort of making you part of the group, and you couldn't play your part. You do remember you were supposed to make the first move, right? Well, no biggie. Nothing we can do about it now, so just do your best to make things more exciting from now on, okay?
Who's he talking to?
After all, that's what everyone wants to see.
I don't know who this is. There's one thing I'd like to ask you.
As long as you don't want to know my measurements, fire away.
Jesus. Who is it? The 16th high school student, I mean. What?
Ooh, my, you really took me by surprise there. I know I said you could ask anything, but super denied, ultra denied, demonic denied, because you see, that's my ace in the hole. And nobody'd be dumb enough to reveal that, right? No matter how close they were to their friends.
What? Chapter 2, Boy's Life of Despair. Over, I'm guessing, yeah, the end. Surviving students, 10. They're going down slowly. Holy shit. That was quite something, that was. What was that? Got an item. I got the crazy diamond present. Is that Mondo's jacket? Looks like it, doesn't it? Yeah. Do you want to save data? Oh, yes, definitely. Put it in slot 8. There we go. Oh, man. Got the achievement as well. Well, we're going to pause here. Boy, this episode has been going on for a long time. I may have to cut little bits out, probably from the closing argument manga sequence, because, boy, there's some embarrassing bits there where I just didn't know what I was doing. So, yeah. Wow, a lot of stuff happened there. So, second trial of the game. Mondo guilty of Chihiro's death. Wow, that was a twist. And also it was a twist that we found out Chihiro was a boy. Man. Oh, that was quite the trial. Very, very long. I didn't really get what was going on there, that sort of bullet time action at the very end, with that fever time thing. Just felt like I was mashing the mouse keys a bit. I don't know, I didn't really get the mechanics of that, but whatever. Okay, so there you have it. And now also we've got some revelations here. Monokuma's talking to someone and they mentioned a 16th high school student. Or rather, well, the person asking Monokuma the questions asked about it, but that does remind me, obviously in the first trial, they mentioned that there were 16 places in the courtroom, yet only 15 of them. I knew it. Chekhov's gun, everybody. There's a reason why they brought that up. So, the hint is basically there's someone else in the school. A 16th student, maybe. Wonder, will we be finding more out about that soon? But obviously, you'll have to join me for the next episode. So, this was episode 13 of Danganronpa Trigger Happy Havoc with me, General Red Strategist. Man, what an episode. If you're not doing so already, you can follow me on my Facebook and Twitter pages, links in the video description. Obviously, also, I forgot to mention, we found out Toko was Genocide Jack. Toko has a split personality. I think I like the split personality more than I do the actual base person. Wow. So yeah. Thank you for joining me, everybody. And before I wrap up, I'm just going to leave you with this humorous historical quote from the 20th century English writer and philosopher Aldous Huxley. An intellectual is a person who's found one thing that's more interesting than sex. So with that in mind, thank you everybody for joining me. Hope you're joining for episode 14. And in the meantime, this is General Red signing off. Goodbye. Oh, got him. Shit. Shit. Get off the edge. Oh, no, go. Get out of here, get out. No, get a time. That's that monstrosity finished off. Get over there. See ya. Oh, shit, no. Oh, fuck. I did not mean to do that. Oh, please don't tell me I have to kill it again now. Shit! Got to stop it! Yeah. Oh lord! No! Holy crap! This area's horrible. Oh my god! I'm being shot to fucking pieces! Ah! Oh my! What the fuck? Holy shit! Holy fucking shit! Whoa! Jesus Christ! Holy shit! Fucking hell! Bloody hell, that did like 1 million damage! This better not be a... Whoa! Shit! No! Oh my fucking god! How many... What?